Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, folks, we're going to talk about quite a bit has happened since yesterday, right? So many changes in the administration. I told y'all Trump lost in Minnesota. Good morning, Quiet Storm. He lost in Minnesota. I'm telling you, he lost. Christie, and they're all trying to blame each other right now. They're all pointing the fingers at each other. But at the end of the day, shit rolls uphill. That's what my grandmother always used to say. When you're in charge, everything always going to end up at your desk at some point. It's no way to avoid that, right? And Trump doesn't like press generated by other people that doesn't serve him. He doesn't like that. That's an automatic way for you to lose your job. And I know that Christy Nome got a big ego. So she gonna feel some type of way being pushed down to the border and Tom Horman being the person put in charge technically for DHS now. They're trying to make it seem like, Christy Nome's still okay. Yes, she's there, but she doesn't have the traction that she had before. She don't have it. So she's there, but she's just there, and it won't be for long. Ice Barbie gonna be leaving soon. She's gonna be leaving soon. Because I'm telling you, she's not gonna take too kindly to being shoved into a corner. Right? Good morning, Divizzy. Where they say nobody puts baby in a corner. They put her ass in a corner. They put her down there at the border. Same thing with Greg Bovino. They put his ass down there at the border. They said, go on back where you came from. Go on down to the border. Because y'all causing unnecessary problems for us. See, at first, the shit looked good, right? At first, they were loving terrorizing Minnesota. But after killing not one, but two American citizens for no reason at all, and no matter how they try to flip it, how to turn it, how to try to make it look like both of those people were assaulting officers, none of that shit was happening. Right? The government tried to lie in your face about what happened, and they hoped that you would believe it. Problem was, y'all wouldn't believe it. That's what happened. That's really what happened. That's really what happened. What really happened was the federal government tried to lie after ICE killed two citizens, two American-born citizens. And they tried to lie, and they were able to get away with it the first time. First time they was able to, because she was a woman. I'm gonna just put it out there. She was a woman. Was a woman. So because that person was a woman, America's always going to find a way to be. The American culture is a culture of misogyny. It is. So they're going to make an excuse for that woman. Oh, she should have just followed orders. She should have did that. So there was outrage about her, but they were still trying to rationalize the shit. You understand? Good morning, calm down. But when they killed a straight white male that had the legal right to carry, that's where they fucked up. That's where they fucked up. And when they called him a domestic terrorist, right? Because now you got all these other straight white males that can see themselves in Alex Peretti. And that's where the government fucked up, right? Because even conservatives are like, I ain't trying to give up my pew-pews. Then wait a minute, and it didn't help that Trump then came out and said, maybe we should get rid of that whole 2A thing. That don't work. That's why NRA came out and said what the fuck they said, because that's their money maker. So hold up, the president of the United States, the guy that we supported, he gonna fuck with our money? That's a problem. I'm telling y'all. So there's some fractures there, but I'll say this. All the people who were saying that MAGA's finally seen the light and they turn around, no, they're not. Stop all that shit. Y'all going too far. Y'all are going too far. These people like what they see, okay? They like what they see. They don't feel ashamed of none of this shit. Hey, dude, good morning to you. Good morning to all of you. Let me stop. But they like what they see. But don't think for 1 second MAGA is so fed up. Or when you see the media on TV say conservative politicians in Congress, they want answers. No. I'm going to tell you what it is. The conservative members in Congress been getting phone calls and emails from constituents. The conservatives in Congress don't give a fuck until you give a fuck. See, it all goes, this government, I keep saying it and I'm going to keep saying it. Americans are upset about the state of their government, but your government is a reflection of the people in the country. Oh, not only did that agent clap after it, he called the woman a stupid bitch. Well, I'm sorry, hold up. They clapped after the guy. They called the woman a stupid bitch after they pew-pewed her in the face. In the face. But they rationalized that shit because America is a country hardcore on misogyny. Hardcore on misogyny. So it's expected that they made an excuse and Americans were willing to accept the excuse because she was being an irrational woman. You know how women are. They don't listen. They just get so irrational. So that's how they were able to explain that shit away. But with Alex Peretti, they couldn't do that. Yep. Couldn't do that. What did I tell you? I told y'all Republicans are the dog that caught the car. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all it's the dog that caught the car. I told you. Oh, they hate our color, but Anna, they don't just hate color. They hate genders too. The Republican Party is an equal opportunity bunch of haters, okay? They're not one-track minded on their level of hatred that they have. They are very efficient in being able to hate multiple different types of groups of people simultaneously. America needs to understand that too, right? It's always somebody this is why they're able to switch out and switch in and switch, because they always have a rotation of people, principles, and mindsets that they hate all the time. But I've been telling y'all, Republicans are the party that is the dog that caught the car party. They've been lying for years, or their rhetoric for years has been big government bad, small government good. You know, government will try to control you. Government will try to dictate to you. Fast forward to Trump being in office a second time, him doing the very things conservatives warned you about. But conservatives are quiet because the dog caught the car. Like, what the fuck do we say? We told these people they should be against big government and government overreach, to your point. But fuck, it's us. So if we say something, then they realize we're doing it, then they won't vote for us again. I'm not willing to risk it. That's what your elected officials are saying. And thank y'all so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But that's what it's about, y'all. That's what it's about. You got to understand the game that's being played here. Conservatives see what's happening. The elected officials, they see that shit. Like, I have y'all seen some of the excerpts of Rand Paul talking? That's performative politics. Rand Paul confirmed Kristi Noem. He confirmed Kristi Noem, knowing she had no qualifications and skills to run DHS. He knew that. Her being a senator does not give her the experience and the tools to run DHS. No, she's a DEI hire. Like I told y'all from the beginning, she's a DEI hire. Pete Hegseth, DEI hire. He's not qualified for that job. He's not qualified for that job. Quiet as kept, Marco Rubio ain't even qualified for his job. He's just a good lapdog. And thank you, Kamani. I appreciate that. He's just a good lapdog. Exactly. They confirmed Kristi Noem. So anybody sitting around going, oh, they got an answer for questions, shut the fuck up. Y'all knew what this was. Y'all been knew what it was. Y'all been seeing Kristi Noem on TV popping that shit, proud of the bullshit that was happening in Minnesota. The only problem is they went too far. That's really the issue. They went too far. That's all. Had they not gone too far, Kristi Noem wouldn't be in trouble right now. But she's in trouble because she tried to act like a man with a nussy. Unacceptable. That's where she went wrong. That's where she went wrong. You can't see, conservative women got this thing where they love to try to act like men. You gotta cut that shit out. Conservative men don't like that. And y'all said y'all being feminine. Every time I see Kristi Noem walk with that huge gait, I'm always like, that's not feminine. She walking like she got something in there. She walking like she got some sticking rocks. You understand where I'm coming from? So I'll be like, why she walk like that? I don't know who no woman walk like that. You know who she reminded me of? When she walks like Vince McMahon used to walk when he was performing, coming to the ring like he mad about something. That's exactly how she walks. She walks just like that. Look, wood burning stove back here. That's exactly how she walks. Y'all remember when Vince McMahon, sometimes he come out, he be like, look, I gotta put my tea down. Vince be walking. Hold on, I'm gonna walk towards the camera so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get him move this chair. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Watch. Watch. This Christy on. This Christy on. That's Christy on. And I be like, what is that? Why she walk like that? Why she walk like that? She walk like a man. Why she walk like that? What she got in between her legs is she needs to walk that way. It's her attempt to try to cosplay as a fucking man. Why? Because she in a sea of men that don't take her seriously. Why? Because she's in a job that she's not qualified for and she don't know what the fuck she doing. That's why. Yeah, I said sticks and rocks. I said stick and rocks. Yeah, she trying to look tough, but it's hard to look tough with all that fucking spackle on your face. You understand? When you got all that spackle on your face, it's hard to look tough because we looking at you like, bitch, you look like you melting. You should calm down because when you get all upset, you start sweating and then you start melting. Calm your ass down. Calm your ass down. So I say it's just a matter of time before Kristi Noem resigns before she's fired. She's going to resign. Greg Bovino, I don't know. He might stay around. But she's going to resign because her ego's too big, see? Her ego big. But she's an unnecessary liability for Donald Trump. And I don't even like Trump. But she is an unnecessary liability. So good for her. The borders are, he's trash too. I saw his press conference this morning. He's essentially, listen, let me explain something to y'all. There ain't no change in policy. It's just a change in the face that you're going to see. But there's no change in policy, technically. Because I heard something this morning that stood out to me when he was talking and when others have spoken. They say we're still focused on the criminal illegals. This was what I was trying to explain to people before the election. Because people kept saying, oh, no. They're not going to get all the illegal immigrants, just the criminals. And I'm like, y'all not listening. If you're here illegally, you are a criminal. You get it now. If you're here illegally, you're a criminal. That's how conservatives see you. That's exactly why this hasn't stopped. And it's not going to stop until conservatives are not in power. I'm waiting for Americans to wake up and understand. I put out a video yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw it, where I said voting is like driving a car, right? If you vote R, that means you want to go in reverse. And what does it mean when you go in reverse? You go back. You don't make any progress. You're never going to get where you're trying to go because you keep going backwards. But if you vote Democrats, that's like putting the car in drive. That's progress. You get to move forward, right? But you have to also hold your elected officials accountable. The problem is y'all vote for people and y'all walk away. Y'all put it on autopilot. You can't do that shit. You say back to what? When inflation goes up? I don't know. Donald Trump has sent inflation sky high. Twisted PPP. Sky high. Donald Trump is bankrupting Americans. That's who's bankrupting Americans, Donald Trump. And conservative policies. Conservative policies always fuck up the economy, technically. Listen, when was the last time the economy was really fucked up? COVID. Who was president? Dementia Don. When you had the mortgage crisis, who was president? Bush too. Y'all don't be paying attention. When Bill Clinton left office, the budget was balanced at zero. Obama left a surplus. Y'all keep voting R if you want to, but you ain't gonna never go nowhere. You ain't gonna never go nowhere. There will never be progress in America continuing to vote for Republicans. Republicans are like the abusive partner that lied to you and tell you don't nobody like you, don't nobody care about you. You're not a good person. You're not good. That's exactly what Republicans are to Americans. They're abusive partners. And they talk down to you. They tell you how crappy the country is, how they ain't no good, and only I care to fix it. Only I care about you. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You're right, Hi. Trump is amazing. I love dementia patients who shit and piss on themselves. That's a glorious thing. You've been blocked. I just wanted him to hear it on his way out. I love a good bot, like they say. But I just wanted to mention that. And I'm going to mention something else, because I know people asked me about it yesterday, about what happened in Georgia with Fulton County. That's just Dementia Dawn attempting to try to steal the midterms. That's all. That's all. But remember, folks don't like big government when liberals are in charge. I am telling you, and I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it. If liberals do not match conservative energy so that conservatives come back to center, liberals ain't going to never win no elections either. The only way to force conservatives back to center is to get more liberal. It's the only way. You have to be as radical as they are, but from the other side. And that's just real talk. That's real talk. You say they've detained all those people, but have not deported them to their home countries. Why? I'm going to explain it to you why, Austrian. You know why? Because the government contractors who run those facilities are making money. So why would I get rid of the very bodies that are needed to justify continuing to funnel money to all these government contract companies that are in bed with the federal government? That's why. Money, baby. It's all about money. It's all about money. All of it. Just like I was thinking today with farmers. You know why Trump wanted to bail out the farmers, or ideally why Republicans love bailing out farmers, ultimately why they bail them out? Not because they want them to succeed at all. They bail out farmers because they don't want the farm to go under before the farm has paid back that money to the bank. See, at the end of the day, it's really about making sure the banks get their money back. Right? That's what it's, the banks. The banks. They don't give a fuck about the farmers. If they did, their policies wouldn't have closed USAID, the biggest agency buying food from farmers. That's why farmers are having a tough time moving food too. That's the part they don't tell you. See, I used to work at USAID. We bought a lot of food that our farmers grew and sent it to other places. We kept those family farms in fucking business. That's real shit. But when Trump let Elon Musk dissolve that entire agency, well, guess what? It also took where farmers' food would go. We don't consume all that shit here that is grown by farmers. Farmers were being paid to grow shit by our federal government. Welfare queens. Right? Yep. And big business buying up those farms. Yep. Just like they bought up the houses. Watch. Family farmers are going to be a thing of the past, but they voted for this shit. They voted for it. I saw farmers online this morning complaining about the high cost of supplies to run a farm. You voted for it though. And they'll say, I didn't think to be. Then I say you were not listening, because Donald Trump was very clear. I am not a fan of Trump, but he was clear. But he also said he liked the uneducated. And he also said he didn't care about you. He just wanted your vote. And y'all clapped. So you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid fucking prizes. And y'all played a stupid game with your life. You played a stupid game with your life. Because now they're fucked. And they're trying to figure out how to stay afloat. So the only reason, like I said, why Trump gave $12 billion to farmers, which it ain't enough. That's a Band-Aid on a gushing wound, for real. That's done. The small family farms, they're going to have a tough time staying afloat. You know who's going to be able to navigate through the shit anyway? Black farmers. I'm going to say it again, black farmers, because government wasn't helping black farmers anyway, right? They weren't helping black farmers anyway. So black farmers are going to be just fine. You say you think Trump is easily manipulated. Of course he is. He's a boomer, twisted PPP. Trump's a boomer. So it don't take much to convince him of anything. He's a fucking boomer. You show him a video, he believes that it happened. You show that fucker a video of a unicorn, he'll swear we're being invaded by unicorns. And that's the truth. That's how Donald Trump is set up. And that's real talk. That's how he's set up. It don't take much. That's why the people around, that's why it's important to know who's around the president. And remember, the media told you you didn't want Joe Biden because he was old. He old too. He old too. Donald Trump and Joe Biden ain't too different. Let me look up. Because Trump is the oldest president we've ever had. Joe Biden is 83. Donald Trump about to turn 80. They ain't much different, except Joe Biden still rides bicycles. Only thing Trump do is eat McDonald's. Hold on, I gotta get some. I'm still talking to y'all. Only thing Trump does is eat McDonald's. But people fell for that bullshit from the media. The media, who's owned by big, large corporations and rich people who don't want to pay taxes. That's all that was. The media. Because the people who have money don't want to pay their fair share. And because they don't want to pay their fair share, we going to cook the books and we going to decide what you get to see. Remember, these same people own these social media platforms that your children have access to. And this is how they decide what your children see too. And this is why a lot of young men are ingesting red pill content to all be damn. I was getting too hot, y'all, but that sweatshirt on by this fireplace. I'm like, bitch, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay. I'm moving up a little further, a little closer. It's getting a little warm here. I was feeling like bacon. I'm like, Right, Biden's fighting cancer now and still more aware and knows how to handle shit. He would still be a better president than Donald Trump. And the only thing Donald Trump fights is sleep and his bladder. I've been telling y'all from the beginning. You say you have 3 boys, keeping them from being red pilled is a full-time job. It is, because there's a real effort to indoctrinate young boys that are going to grow up to be men and be just as toxic, to put women in their place. I'm telling you, that red pill shit is not a good thing. And it drags down society. It drags America down, honestly. It drags it down, that red pill type of content. To me, red pill content is for insecure men and boys, right? It's for and red pill content has been allowed to flourish because there was a void there. Okay. Remember when I told y'all some months ago, I said people were asking, why don't women create spaces for men? And I said, it's not the job of women to create spaces for men. Men should be creating spaces for men and boys, but they don't, because they're selfish. They're selfish. So they don't create spaces for men and boys. All they do is do their own thing. They don't try to lift up boys and young men so they can grow up to be honorable members of society. They don't invest in them because men are too busy being in competition with young boys and men, right? Older men are in competition with young men. So they ain't trying to teach them shit. That's the problem. See, women started coalescing around each other, building communities of women and building each other up and lifting each other up. But men were not doing that for one another. They were still on the me, I shit. And then they look up 40, 50 years later, and women are like steady going up in trajectory, and men are steady going down, and men are blaming women. It's not women. It is men. Men must invest in men. That is not the job of women to do. See, y'all so quick to say, hey, a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. She sure can. So where the fucking men at? Where the men at? Exactly. That's why when people talk shit about, man, these women out here having these kids, ain't no man in the house. Where the men at? Stop blaming the fucking women for these men not showing up for their fucking kids. Because at the end of the day, if you really about it, ain't nobody gonna keep you from being responsible and taking care of your children. Nobody keeps you from that. Even if you just paying child support, nobody keeps you from that but you. America has a man problem. It really does. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like I told y'all yesterday, conservative women are having babies 2 to 1. Now, that's not I don't call that a flex, because most conservative babies are being born into poverty. That's not a flex. Being born into poverty, honey. With parents that aren't very well educated. With a system that isn't very strong and very good. So, them having babies 2 to 1, I feel for them fucking babies. KJ, no, I'm not saying put all the men out the house. That's not what I'm saying, beloved. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going to say it again for the people that may have difficulty following this conversation. What I'm saying, Tazaka said, most black people are born in poverty. You lie. It's the race of people that are mostly born in poverty in America are white people. White people are born in poverty disproportionately in America, but they don't pay attention to it because they're indoctrinated. They're indoctrinated. Having food stamps only became bad when black people was getting them. And other people of color. And if you want me to go all the way back, because I love history. If you want me to go all the way back, one of the reasons why a lot of people come from broken homes in America, because America purposely pushed those men out of the homes. In order for women to get benefits from the government, couldn't be no man in there. Couldn't be no man in there. So a big part of why a whole bunch of children were raised in single homes was because the government didn't want men in there. They pushed men out of the home. That's why I tell y'all some of y'all need to read some books. Because that's really what happened. Man, Ford, we ain't gonna even get started about the amounts of welfare that gets sent overseas. To them, because they get a lot of our money. Your federal government will give Israel billions of dollars, and they'll use some of that money to send their people to college, all that shit. But your own government won't give you student loan forgiveness. Your own government won't even give you health care. Okay. I'm just trying to get folks to wake up and look at it and go, wait a minute. So when you hear people say, because I heard this morning, when you hear people say something like, they'll say something like, I don't believe in free schooling and I don't believe in free this and free that. If you pay taxes, that shit ain't free. You paid for it. You put into that system. Shouldn't it work for you? Or should all your tax dollars only go to bail out the Jeff Bezos of the world? Like, what should your tax dollars be used for? If your tax dollars aren't going to be used to provide affordable housing and healthcare and schooling and job training programs, then what are your tax dollars being used for then? To pay and take care of rich people. That's what your money's being used for up to this point. But you keep letting them trick you into think they ain't even tricking y'all, because it ain't hard what they doing if you listen and pay attention. Folks got to listen and pay attention. And that's not happening enough. And that's why these people are able to lie, steal. See, everything that the Trump administration is doing now, it's all about grifting. They making money. They don't give a fuck about making your life better. Fuck you in your life. Because even if after this, America wakes up and figured out we fucked up, Trump is banking on, and I'm pretty sure he's right, actually. It's sad, but I think he's right, that ain't nothing gonna happen to him. He's gonna get away with everything he's done. He's gonna get to keep all the money, him and his family and all his crony friends. And guess what? Y'all gonna go along another day like nothing never happened, because that's what Americans do. They have selective amnesia. They ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna do shit. And that's the truth. They ain't gonna do shit. Ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. But let somebody kneel during the national anthem. It's all about, they're gonna burn it all down. You see? It's fake performative bullshit. Because at the end of the day, America just it's a country full of weak ass people who claim to be patriots. But if a civil war broke out today, their ass would be looking for a place to hide. Patriots my ass. Patriots my ass. My ass. Because where the fuck is all them people that do them Civil War reenactments? Where you at? Where you at? Yeah, exactly. Nowhere to be fucking found. Abu Akar Khan, know you're declined for being up on a panel. You ain't even in America. Stop asking me. Go to another live and where y'all can exchange butterflies and shit. We're having a conversation about American politics and government. You don't have no reason to be on the panel. Have a good day. I'm like, chill. They come every day demanding, asking to come up on the panel and shit. No. I don't know why you would want to, except if you're being paid by somebody to come on. I am still worker from Israel, and I'm on the panel to talk about my love for Trump. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You said the European Union is now a force greater than the USA. Yeah, it is. It is. I like that. Did y'all see that Mamdani is saying in New York that they have a deficit and he's going to raise taxes on rich people? Good. They can afford it. They have the money to pay those taxes. It's everybody else in New York that is going to be tight if you raise their taxes. But the rich people can afford it. And guess what? They're not going to go nowhere. Kim, I don't ever see you come up. And Kim, if you did, most likely when y'all hit the button by accident, y'all say it. These people did ain't no accident. They be looking to get on a panel. No. Did you see the story of the 2 scouts that were detained from a boat? No, I have to go check that out. I didn't see that, dude. I didn't see that. Now, y'all. Now, I got to switch gears on something this morning because some good shit is happening in MAGAverse, right? Okay. Let me put this up. Some good shit is happening. Y'all know they imploding on each other, right? They are imploding on each other. Hold on, let me find it. So, y'all, listen, this morning, we're doing an uncensored show on Patreon after this. Y'all, I got the video now. With Erica Trump being so giddy and shit about all the money she's made since her husband died. Oh, this shit is good. Now, this the other tea. I found out who recorded the video and put it out there. One of Charlie Kirk's friends. It be what did they say? It's always the people closest to you that will sell you the fuck out. It was one of Charlie's friends. He didn't like how Erica was moving. Said she was not moving like a grieving widow. I told y'all. She wasn't moving like no grieving widow. That bitch looking like she laughing all the way to the bank. I told y'all as soon as Charlie Kirk died, she was going to run her ass. She going to drop them children off at their grandparents' house and she was going to be in the streets. I told you. That woman she wasn't in love with that man. What it was she saw a sucker. Cause she cute. She cuter than him. You know what I mean? She a cute woman. She not ugly. She pretty. And she knew that Charlie wasn't handsome. And Charlie Kirk was just like Pearl. Y'all know Pearl, right? Y'all see Pearl. You know, Pearl always talk about how women need to be traditional and this, that, and but Pearl still ain't got no man. That Pearl. Charlie Kirk and Pearl are a lot alike in terms of Charlie could have had any conservative woman, right? could have had any conservative woman he wanted. But he didn't want any conservative woman. He wanted a woman that's pretty. Just kind of like Trump. He wants a woman that looks nice. He wants a woman that makes other men envy him. That's why he chose Erica Kirk. But she wasn't in love with that man. But his friend put that shit out. His friend. Because they saw what I saw. They saw what I saw. Like, this bitch ain't grieving. She's celebrating. I told y'all that woman was happy as hell. I told you. I said, this woman happy as hell. You would have never known her husband died if didn't nobody tell you. Think about it. You never would have known had you not known what happened to her husband, because she wasn't moving like that. She certainly wasn't moving like a conservative woman who claims their entire world is their man. She wasn't moving like that. And what did I tell y'all? I said these children have lost their father, and instead of mama being at home with her kids, she in the street. I told y'all Charlie's body wasn't even warm in the ground. Wasn't even cold in the ground. And she was already figuring out how to be in this fucking street. I told y'all. I'm telling you, I'm going to change my name to the fucking Oracle. I'm going to change my name to the fucking Oracle. Because I'm telling you, I told y'all. I just knew she was full of shit. I'm like, yo, I remember when my stepfather died. My mother was traumatized by that shit. I was. He wasn't even my real daddy. My real father's still alive. That shit traumatized me too. Because we loved him. When you love somebody, you're traumatized by their loss. Especially if it's unexpected. Real shit. She want money. I don't even think, quiet as kept now, I don't even think she want JD Vance. I'll be honest. I don't think that she wants JD Vance at all. At all. At all. Hold on. I'm trying to find a thing where I found it where I saw. Yep. It was a friend. It was a friend of her husband's that recorded the entire meeting. He recorded video, audio. So you can see her laughing. See, honey. Good morning, Oscar. Yeah, I see Usha's pregnant with her and JD's newest addition. Yep, so, because yesterday it was only audio files that were leaked, right? Because that's what remember I told y'all about it? It was only audio files yesterday, but then they've since released the video. And I saw it. She just smiling. Again, this was an internal meeting with Turning Point people. This was an internal meeting, so she didn't have to perform. There's no big crowds. There's no none of that. She just amongst her people. But her ass was too comfortable. Because, see, those people used to work with Charlie every fucking day. Every day they worked with her and him. And at first, they gave her the benefit of the doubt. Why? She's Charlie's mistress. Oh, people are allowed to smile. Just not when they're smile. Not no time soon. Fuck out of here. You can't say you love that man, and then no sooner than he get like that, you got hot pants on and a top, running your fingers through another man's head on stage. Bullshit. 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 Y'all gonna learn. I told y'all. Because remember I said yesterday, Candace leaked the audio. Candace don't like Erica Kirk. I told y'all she don't like Erica Kirk. I told y'all she don't like her. Which real rich coming from Candace, because it's like, bitch, who are you to... Charlie would not be happy about you saying you don't like his wife. since she claims she loved Charlie so much. But I digress. She don't like Erica Kirk. And matter of fact, she called, okay, y'all know how they call Barack, they say, they don't call him Barack Obama. They say Barack Hussein Obama. They're doing that to Erica Kirk now. They're calling her Erica I don't know how to say her maiden name right. Fansvy Kirk. They calling her Erica Fansvy Kirk. They are putting her other name in there like, bitch, I'm telling y'all, time running out on her too. Time running out on her too. Because she grifting. She doesn't care about Charlie Kirk. She cared about the movement and being the face of it. Yep, but the problem is Charlie was the daddy to millions of incels all over America. Bitch, they ain't about to listen to you. You're a woman. You're a woman. Why would they listen to you? Ain't that audio leak something? We gonna listen to it. We gonna watch the video this morning on the Uncensored Live. We watching the video. So y'all can see her smiling and giggling. Bitch, what? I told y'all, I peeped it right off the gate. They said this woman was happy. She's happy about the attendance figures, the merchandise sales, the performance metrics from Charlie Kirk's memorial event. And keep in mind, the memorial event was only 11 days after he died. Like I said, he wasn't even cold in the ground. Y'all think I'm joking when I say the shit that I say. I am telling you, this woman been grifting the entire time. Listen, I don't like Candace. But Candace was acting like that because Candace looking too like, wait a fucking minute. She sure don't act like she grieving because she not. But quiet as kept, Candace needs to shut up because she wouldn't grieve if her husband died either. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Miss Jackie. Candace over there still trying to call her baby biracial. Why her followers call her baby black like it is. Because she's trying to shield her child from racism. Girl, try again, beloved. She can't shield herself from racism. She can't even shield herself from split ends, let alone racism. So it's not going to happen. But man, it's just... you know, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Now they say, now I'm going to read one of her quotes from the video. I'm going to just read it to you because I'm going to play the video in the after show. She say, my husband's dead. This is what she said, not somebody else. Listen to this statement. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? She said, I'm single. What the fuck y'all talking about? She said, I'm single. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I told y'all, she ain't love this man. She ain't love that man. She wasn't in love with this man. Now, they say, okay, because you know, Candace is so fucking mad, right? Look, MCC, I have to translate it in my own way. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a video today about this shit. To say what's really popping, right? What's really popping. Okay? Because see, I've seen this type of shit before. Where somebody claim they in love, then the person dies, and then magically you see, oh, them motherfuckers wasn't in love at all. They was just chilling, but they wasn't in love. Because them motherfuckers don't move like they in love. They already got a new motherfucker over there already. In love my ass. You just buried the motherfucker you claim to be in love with. How? How are you doing this already? Okay. I guess I don't know what love is. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. Oh, I knew you agreed with me, MCC. I agree with you too. If it didn't sound like I did agree with you too. No, Candace ain't been silent. Candace was the one who leaked the audio first. Candace ain't silent. That's the funniest part about this shit. Candace was the first one to leak the fucking audio. She is determined to drag Erica Kirk. Candace don't like her. Look, I am pleased to have said, till death do us part. Death part. That's what happened. When her husband died, she said, look, I'm gonna act like this a wedding ring, because I ain't trying to fight to get this one off. Look, so she was at home. She was like, Erica, Charlie didn't make it. That's what she did. That's what she did. She threw that shit so fast. Chill. She threw that ring so fast. Honey. Say it again. Look. And the nominations for the best performance for a widow pretending to care about her husband but just wants to make millions of dollars goes to Erica Kirk. Please, girl, stop. Girl, stop. Yeah, we talking about Charlie's wife, her grifting ass, about that audio and the video that's out showing Erica Kirk laughing, smiling, and being all excited about all the money she made at Charlie's memorial service. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all what Candace said. It's audio out there. Go dig it up. It's out there. It was released yesterday. But I found the video this morning. And we're going to review that in the after show, the uncensored after show. I found the video this morning. She laughing her ass off in that video. She's smiling. She ain't grieving. She ain't sad. She ain't crying. She happier than a pig in shit. Because, see, I'm going to tell you something else I saw online yesterday, right? See, the Charlie Kirk fans, a lot of them really believe that Erica Kirk had somebody do something. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. When they say merch, they talking about Turning Point merch, not even MAGA merch, Arepa. They're talking about Turning Point merch. That's what she's talking about. She's talking about Turning Point merch. But I'm looking and I'm going, okay. Now listen to what Candace said. Candace says, now remember, wait, let me go back before I read Candace's quote. Let me read Erica's quote one more time. My husband is dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships. Candace says, in my imagination, I just thought she would be more upset. Now, then somebody said, the most gleeful leftist you can imagine isn't half as happy over Charlie Kirk's death as Charlie Kirk's wife. I told y'all. I wasn't the only one seeing this shit like, damn, she look happy. She don't look sad. She look real happy. And that's very odd reaction. It's odd. Except if you was living under oppression. Was she living a life under oppression under Charlie Kirk that none of us never knew about and she never told nobody? And if she didn't, it's too late now, because now she's an enemy. Now they ain't gonna listen. The time for her to tell about Charlie Kirk and his abusive ways would have been as soon as Charlie died, but she didn't. I heard the rumor that he was divorcing her. That's what they say, but I don't know how true that was. But he didn't get around to doing it, so she got that shmoney. Then somebody else says, people mourn differently, but no one mourns like this. I told y'all. Now, this is what somebody is saying about the leak audio. Listen, they're saying this, and we're going to watch this. We're going to watch the video this morning. in the after show, right? They say this is the first time she sounds authentic. Being happy about merch at the memorial of her husband. Crazy. Every other speech she gave about her husband sounds like bad acting. Because it was. I told y'all. I told y'all. She ain't like Charlie Kirk like that. She ain't like Charlie Kirk like that. I told you. I told you. I told y'all. I had figured this out. We're gonna do an 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time show over on Patreon. I won't end here till about 11. But I told y'all. Then some MAGAs are trying to say, Erica is excited that millions of people heard the gospel of Jesus Christ. Why are we upset about this? I don't know. Maybe because her husband's dead. She's on a current Make Heaven Crowded tour. Okay? She's on something called the Make Heaven Crowded tour, where she visits 30 cities this year to call people to repentance, faith, and bold obedience to Jesus while she sells tickets for it. You be obedient to Jesus, but first you need to go on Ticketmaster and buy your tickets to come to this event. This is the funniest shit ever. The funniest shit ever. That's why I told y'all these people are not religious. They're grifters. They just use God to hide. They hide behind religion and God, but they're grifters. They're grifters. Okay? You say she's trying to be the new Tammy Faye. It won't work. It won't work. See, Tammy's worked because Tammy, at least at some point, talked about how the fact that Jim Baker was full of shit. Erica Kirk's still trying to hang on to that bullshit. It's not going to work. And see, this is the thing about MAGA that people forget. They respected her as long as her husband was alive. But once that man died, they don't feel like they need to respect her anymore. They don't feel like that because she's just a woman. Oh, I love that. Look, somebody brought up Melania Trump's documentary. Can I say I love that she's not selling any seats? Can I say, look. I saw this, I laughed my ass off. I saw this and laughed my ass off. Abraham Lincoln said, watching Melania was the worst experience he's ever had in a theater. Listen, okay? And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, right? That's pretty fucking bad. They thought that people would want to go see this fucking propaganda. Don't nobody want to hear be best. Be best. Nobody. This Melania film was all about money laundering. That's all it was. It was a way to launder money. That's it. And I even read a story that said Jeff Bezos was mad at the Amazon people because he wants them to push this film more. It's a shitty film. But when I saw this, I said, man, you know what? I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Because nobody's seeing this fucking movie. Nobody. Why would they? Why would they? For real, if Trump was really about it, he would buy tickets in theaters all across America and give them away to MAGA. And see if MAGA gonna go sit in a theater and sit and watch a movie about this basic bitch. Yeah, she's an immigrant. Remember, during Trump's first administration, she brought her parents over and made her parents citizens. Got fast-tracked to citizenship when her parents were here the first time. I mean, under his first administration. I didn't forget about that shit. Yep, I agree. Yep, Trump should buy tickets, give them away to MAGA, and then send ICE to the movie theaters. Let them detain and wrangle up MAGAs. You know, man, she want to be Michelle Obama so bad and can't. Let me tell you something. Her and Donald Trump, they want to be the Obamas so bad. Of course, her parents like Trump. Of course they do. I'm sure they do. Their daughter's married to him. They like him. Well, they already had people in place over on CBS. But that's why people got to make choices and stop watching CBS. Stop watching it. Stop watching it. Just stop watching it. The only way y'all gonna get to rich people is to hit them in their pockets. If you don't hit them in their pockets, they don't give a shit about you being upset. They don't care about your protesting. They don't care about none of that shit. Thank you for listening. They don't care about nothing. You have to hit people in their pockets. And until their money is impacted, nothing gonna change. That's why I say, as long as folks pop that shit, but won't do anything to make these rich people uncomfortable, no change occurs. Because see, I'm going to tell you something. The rich people are going to do what they got to do to make sure you're uncomfortable. Did y'all see how Home Depot did more layoffs yesterday? I told y'all. Like, it's just one thing after another thing, after another thing, after another thing. Did y'all see that? Their Home Depot they did more layoffs yesterday. Everybody's laying off. They laid off close to 2,100 people. Everybody's doing layoffs, baby. Because what did I tell y'all? A company will lay off workers to keep their profits high before they're going to carry you and have to tell their shareholders profits are lagging because shareholders are going to go get rid of personnel. No, Amazon laid off 16,000, but they're going to lay off 30,000. Oh, I talked about that yesterday, Miss Shannon, how they accidentally sent that email out talking about the layoffs. Because we read through it in the Uncensored Live yesterday. These people don't care. They don't care. They don't care about you, your family, no struggles, no nothing. Nothing. Just so y'all know. And I'm gonna tell you, we'll talk about that in the live event this morning. But I also did a video where I put up something else that I need y'all to be aware of, especially if you live close to, let me put this up here so you can see it. Especially if you live close, let me find it. Did I save it? I might have deleted it. Did I delete it? And let me see if I deleted it. I think I deleted it. Okay. Listen. Did I delete it? No. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did delete it. Okay. Listen. Is that it? Okay. That's it. So you see this news story I put up here? I put this up here because I put up a video the other day about it. All these fucking data centers that these rich people are building to lean on AI and all that up, so AI can work more efficiently or your apps can work more efficiently. Those data centers are killing us. Okay? Those data centers are killing us. All right? I even learned, because I didn't know. Thank y'all so much for the gifts this morning. I didn't even know some of this stuff. I learned too. I didn't know that data centers had diesel backups, diesel generator backups, spewing that shit all into the air every time that generator got to go on. And the generators don't just go on when the power goes out. Sometimes they test. They have to test to make sure these things are going to work when the power does go out. So they do simulations. So if you live close to a data center, that constant humming, yep, they pollute the water. They don't just pollute the water, they use a lot of it. Enough water every time they're doing something for 50 60,000 people. Enough energy for 100,000 homes. Yeah, like diesel emissions come out of the generator into the air. And folks have been writing articles about the fact that AI has an impact on our health. Most of us probably did. I didn't know either till I got to digging on it and was like, wait a minute, what? Had no idea. Because that's the part that they don't talk about. Nobody ever talks about that. They just say, oh, they're building the data centers and they're going to come to your area. They never say that a data center could destroy your health, interrupt your sleep. And if you don't get enough good sleep, you're going to get sick. I can guarantee you cash money on that. You're going to get sick if you don't get enough good sleep. Sleep is essential to good health. But rich people are so laser focused on making money, they don't care. And you know where they build these data centers? In small towns, small areas. You say, what's interesting is that the most data centers in the U.S., maybe in an affluent white county in northern, you say Vermont, I'm guessing, or is it Virginia you're trying to say? Because I just see a V. But, Pennsylvania. But lately, they've been building these data centers in poorer areas. And this is where I say to people, y'all got to start challenging your fucking government. Real shit. You got to challenge your local government because data centers can't be built in your backyard if your local government didn't give them permission and authority to do so. So somebody in the local government is giving them the ability to do that shit. And that's why it's happening. That's why it's happening. There is one near a black neighborhood in Memphis because I ran into a video on the lady talking about her issues. And see, people will try to make you think you're crazy. People will try to make you think it's you, it's all in your mind. No, those data centers are making us sick. They're making us sick. And all of this is done for money. All of it's done for money. All because rich people are competing with each other to see who's going to be the most rich, who's going to be the big guy on top with all the money. It's about greed. That's what it's about. Your family and the safety and the health of your family is sacrificed for rich people to make money. I am telling you, if Americans don't push back against the oligarch class, they're going to take everything, even your life. They done took your schools, your job, your affordable housing, your health care, your clean water. They done took your air. They taking everything. They taking everything. What more are you willing to give? How much more are you willing to sacrifice for rich people to keep building this type of shit? Let them build that shit in the rich neighborhoods they live in, but they won't. See, the stuff never is in the rich neighborhoods where they live. They only bring that shit to our neighborhoods. Build it in your own. Build it in your backyard. I'm sure Jeff Bezos has hundreds and thousands of acres. He could build tons of data centers on all the pieces of land that he owns and occupies. But he doesn't. Why? Because he don't want that pollution in his backyard. That's for you and me and our kids. I'm going to keep harping on this. And I keep harping on it. I even sent my video to a couple of friends because I knew they didn't know. And they said to me, I ain't know. One of my friends lives close to a data center. Didn't even know that there were health impacts to living there. And one of the things being, it's always a constant humming. There's always a constant piece of noise that comes from it. That can drive you fucking crazy. That's going to mess with your health. You say we'll be in power cells like in the Matrix. There's some psychological in there, but that you got the constant humming. You got the fucking with your water. You got the spewing the diesel shit all up in the air. They fucking with you. They like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all trash to us. We're making money over here. And your government, your federal and your state governments have said they are willing to sacrifice people for profits. Well, they're killing you, but they need you, but that's why they want you to have babies. They don't need you, they need your children. And they'll make you have babies. How? Taking away your ability to practice safe engagement, taking away your ability to make a decision when you get pregnant. Trust me. They already doing that. They're already doing that. You understand? They're already doing it. They're already doing it. Pretty soon, I'm telling y'all, it happened. So a lot of these things, I wouldn't even say they happened fast, more so than they've been consistent and they've been deliberate. And they've just been able to build on things year after year after year after year. The problem is this. We're at a crucial point in society where you got AI and you got, let me tell you what we have right now. We got all this AI moving. And then you got people who are highly technically skilled, right? But now you got AI. And these companies don't want to pay high-skilled tech workers because high-skilled tech workers cost money, right? They cost money. I know, I'm one of them. They cost money. So what do? You start putting more and more of that money in those resources. What you need, Rusty? What you need, baby? You got to use the bathroom? Hold on, I'm going to let you out. Hold on. But you start putting they putting their resources into AI so that they can, come on, start putting their resources into AI so they can get rid of the workforce people that they don't want to pay. Use the bathroom, Rusty. You kept getting up. Do you have to use the bathroom? Go use it. Go ahead. But that's the whole goal. The whole goal is to stop having to pay you and me for high skill jobs, right? And understand, companies are still getting immigrant workers and bringing them over to work because that's the new slave class. Immigrant workers are the new slave class, right? Because the threat of deportation, right? The threat against deportation, and you can pay them lower wages. And they're able to pay them lower wages because they're able to offset it, right? With the fact that they sponsored you to come here and be here to work. It's cheaper than paying an American to do that same job. Oh, I'm gonna watch that Special Days. I hadn't heard of that. I'm gonna watch that. Well, I saw a biologist online this morning that was talking about people want to pay her to train AI. Why? Because AI not smart when it comes to biology. It's not smart when it comes to science. Not as smart as people think it is. It's more smart on more abstract things. You know, silly shit, making pictures and silly shit like that. But when you start talking about in-depth things like research and all, it's not as smart as people think it is. Oh, let me see if thing 1 and thing 2 are done out here, you guys. It's not as smart as people think it is. And so, come on, come on here. Come on back here, Rusty. Come back. Come back. Come here, Rusty. Come here. Come on. Come on. Yep. You was about, come on. I got cookies up here. I got cookies. Yeah, now he'll come, y'all. Because a hard head make us all fast. Rusty's was trying to creep off somewhere that he ain't got no business being. It's icy outside. He don't have no business being out there. Out here walking on the ice like a $2 hooker, been on the street in Payless Pumps for 10 hours straight. Get your ass up here. Get on up here. Come on up here. Come on. Come on. I caught you again. Up to no good. You were trying to sneak over to the neighbor's yard for no reason. Come on. There you go. Come on, Pope. Thank you. Get on up in here. You always trying to sneak off. To go somewhere that you don't need to go. It is too cold outside for that. There is no roaming today, beloved. Okay? No roaming. Y'all should see him out there. Y'all should see him out there trying to walk on the ice. Child. Walking like he got on a pair of cheap heels. I'm like, if you don't bring your ass back here. Look, I lied. I ain't got no more cookies. I'm gonna have to make some today. But I know for a fact that's the thing that'll always get him back. Just lie about snacks. He greedy. He a greedy fat bitch. So he just gonna be like, cookies? You know. But I lied. I don't have none. I gotta make some more today. But he love a snack. So I knew if I said that word, because as soon as I said it, he went, hold up, bitch, wait a minute. Okay, here I come. They ain't got no business on the ice. He too old for that. Now, listen, I got to start wrapping up because we are going to do our Patreon this morning. Now, today, we're supposed to do at 5 o'clock, we're supposed to talk about The Mist. But Rusty has a doctor's appointment today. I have to take him. This is sort of a last minute thing to get him into the vet because I told y'all he been having elevated levels with his kidneys, with the lab tests, and he's having a more and more tough time walking. And I want to make sure my dog is good because, you know, he's old. He is. And I love my baby and I'm trying to hang on to him as long as I can. But I also want the quality of his life to be something of substance. So he has an appointment this evening at 6 o'clock. So I'm taking him to that. So I'll probably be on live earlier this afternoon, but I'm not going to be able to be on for that discussion. So we'll do that discussion tomorrow at 5, only because I got to get him to this appointment today. So to try to, because he's currently on things to help him to try to lessen the pain, but it's not really doing a whole lot of anything. You know what I mean? But it's hard to, this is a struggle because this is my mother's dog and my mother's been dead almost 10 years. And it's like, oh, one of the very few last things of my mom's, so I'm also dealing with that too. But but I also know that I'm just going to make sure my man's good. I never want him to suffer. I'm not into that. And then one last thing, I've been calling because there's a horse in my neighborhood that somebody's abusing and not taking care of. They neglect their horse. They don't make sure their horse has food properly. The horse's tail right now is matted and it's frozen. So I had called animal control before the storm. They said they was going to come out. But then I just saw the horse yesterday with a frozen tail. So I called their ass again yesterday. And I called again and filed another report. I said, listen, I called y'all ass before about the same fucking horse, okay, that is being neglected and not being cared for. His tail is now frozen. Y'all need to get y'all ass out there and deal with that horse. So I'm giving them a day or two. I don't see no movement because by now the city should have taken that horse. They should have been taking that fucking horse by now, but they haven't taken it. So if they don't do nothing this time, I'm going to contact my local congressman and get the congressional office to contact animal welfare control. Because my question to my congressman is going to be, why do we pay these people to do a job they don't do? Yeah, why do we do that? Fuck that. So I'm on this whoever, because I know the guy who owns it, I've seen him once. Some black guy. I don't give a shit who he is. But he either need to sell that horse, put that horse down, or give it away. But he ain't taking care of it. He got it in a raggedy ass, holy ass barn. He barely even I don't know where the man even lives. But I don't think he lives close to that fucking horse because he don't take care of it. But I'm not going to act like I don't see that shit. No. That's the problem now. People try to act like they don't see no, I'm going to mind my business. No, I'm not minding my fucking business. That's in my neighborhood. I don't want that shit in my neighborhood. So he gonna have to take his abuse somewhere else. But I want the city to take that fucking horse, and I ain't gonna stop till they take it. That's unacceptable. 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 He come off better just opening up the gate and letting the horse go. Just let it walk wherever it gonna walk. Because quiet as kept, whoever take it gonna treat it better than he treating it. So look, let me stop and digress. Because listen, this morning, In the Uncensored Live, we're going to go over that fucking video this morning. That's what we're doing this morning, you guys. That's the only thing we're going to go through this morning. That, and I'm going to show you a little thing at the end that's going to make you laugh. But we're going to go through the video, talk through about what Erica Kirk and all her stuff. Yep, that horse will do better in the wild. So I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to keep fucking calling. And then if worse comes, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to go out there and take video. And I'm going to start doing videos on it. Yep, I'm going to start doing videos on it and then also tag my local elected officials. It's going to get cleaned up. I ain't even worried about it. And it was funny because when I called to make the report, the animal control lady said, you want to leave your name? I said, sure do. This is my name. This is my phone number. And this is my address. I ain't scared. Like the fuck? Like, yeah, I called and I'll call again. And whoever it is who own it, I seen the man one time. Whoever it is who owns it, and if he got a problem, I tell him I did it. If you don't want me to call, take care of your fucking horse. Yep, I'm going to take photos and stuff. I'm like, man, fuck them. I don't care. Take care of your fucking horse. Because I look at it like this. If you ain't even taking care of that horse, because I noticed it got worse. Like, at first, I always had a sneaking suspicion, but I ain't have proof. But as things have gotten more expensive, I noticed it. He can't afford it, but he won't get rid of the horse. He won't sell the horse. You can't afford it. Let the horse go. Yeah, the horse didn't have no food at first until I called. I knew it didn't have food because I couldn't see nothing from the road, and I saw it going to other portions of the gate like it was looking for stuff to eat on. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They need to put his ass out there in the barn with that horse. But listen, I love y'all. Listen, thank y'all for the 63,000 likes this morning. Thank you. We got over 30 shares. We got almost 40 shares this morning. I appreciate you. I didn't do a good job about reminding people to do it this morning, but I'll do that this afternoon. I'll be on earlier this afternoon because like I told you, Rusty has that appointment and I got to get him there to see the vet. She's only there one day this week and today is the day. So I'm getting him there today to see the vet so that we can try to figure out ways to help Rusty with his walking, or if we can't, what that really means now. So I'll let y'all know, but I thank y'all for the good luck too. I love you all. Thank y'all for being here this morning. I appreciate you. We're about to get started with the Uncensored Show, okay? And thank y'all for sending the good vibes for Rusty, right? Before I leave, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I try to do this every live. Number 1, beautiful, dearest Amanda. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, handsome Cedric Williams. Thank you so much, handsome. Number 3, beautiful Van Autry. Thank you so much. Number 4, beautiful Miss Lola. I love that hair, Lola. Thank you so much. Number 5, beautiful user 229. Thank you so much. And a special shout out to handsome Kiera at number 6. Thank you so much, handsome. You guys have a great, beautiful, and blessed day intentionally on purpose. Be careful if you were a part of the ice and all that other shit. Be careful. It's rough out here. This is not to be played with out here with this fucking ice, okay? Be careful. It's not snow. It's ice, okay? Listen, don't let nobody live rent free in your head, folks. Don't feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I'll see you later on this afternoon. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And I'm about to pop on Patreon. I'll see you in a moment. Have a great day.